I may be in a prison, but my soul soars. Walls cannot hold a spirit captive long. Broken I may seem, but broken I am not.
Autism is a learning difference, and basically it's just when you see the world a little bit in a different type of way.
You perceive things much differently than other people, and mostly never are two cases ever the same.
Main things are there is deficits in communication, there's deficits in emotions, and deficits in relationships. Like on the emotional aspect, like they'll struggle to identify, oh, I feel sad, I feel mad. They also struggle to identify looking at somebody's faces like, oh, they look mad, they look sad. They have deficits in that areas. And then the communication aspects, they struggle to develop relationships, to maintain relationships. Like there's like a misunderstanding on how to kind of create friendships and maintain them down the road.
But it's hard to describe what autism is because I don't really know what it is.
Sometimes it can be a gift because people who have autism can be special. Like they could actually do things no one else can.
People can do great things with autism, that's what I think it is.
Because autism isn't a physical thing that people see, I think it's hard to understand at first what the needs are going to be.
I think there's a lot of the verbal bullying, like you're weird or why did you do that, kind of questioning them or picking them out of the crowd.
Jack was bullied when he was little. Jack didn't know he was being bullied.
I've been bullied by the teachers.
He's been bullied, sadly, by people that you wouldn't expect. It was typically staff and aides at school.
By taking me into a timeout room sometimes. They wouldn't let me out and they squeezed the door handle so I wouldn't get out. Sometimes I would just not get up because I hated going to the timeout room and I'd just be on the floor. Then they would take my arms and drag me across the hall, pretty much humiliating at the same time.
That was the hardest part.
So Jack would go and play and then he'd come home and say, I had a lot of fun playing with those people, but I don't know why they kept throwing sand in my face.
I knew I could never stop people from bullying him. Parents can't stop people from bullying their kids whether they have a disability or not. And so I think it makes you very sad and makes you feel worried because, they're vulnerable and you're worried about how you can protect them.
So Jack didn't really understand. He thought everybody was his friend and doesn't understand why people would be mean.
I think people bully because either they don't understand or they feel bad about themselves.
Do you find it difficult to form friendships?
Yes.
It can be difficult. I just, hopefully if they're friendly, nice, or just don't want them to be mean or terrible.
Because there's even less people that you're likely to click with.
It's really hard to get to know them or what their story is or what they do in life.
Either by your personality or theirs.
I get most jokes.
It's my type of humor, but other than that, that can be confusing sometimes.
But sometimes I kind of take them seriously, but I can get fooled by their jokes sometimes.
Also, Dylan didn't have his voice when he was younger of actually expressing to us things that were happening at school. So we didn't know to the degree of how often he was going in that timeout room. Unfortunately, it happened at every school. In junior high, he had a terrible situation with a teacher. Dylan loves computers. He loves to be on them. And the teacher wanted him to move on to something else. When Dylan didn't listen, his answer was to pull the computer out of the wall. Not Dylan, the teacher. So that was his solution to Dylan.
Because of the teachers, I wanted to drop out of school because, I don't know, they were threatening me, hurting my feelings and all that, and so I just wanted to drop out, but I know I couldn't because my mom and dad wouldn't let me.
We're all a little afraid of people we don't know, so I think the schools could do a better job of maybe integrating people, and instead of letting the football buddies all work together in class, if they consciously made an effort to have Caden work with one of the football players today, and maybe he works with the cheerleader tomorrow, that there would be a greater, people would get to know that you're a pretty cool kid and that there's lots to like about you, and they just never had the chance to meet you or get to know you before that. And I think once people know each other, people always seemingly like each other better.
There's nothing wrong with having autism. I mean, the thing is, it's something that people are born with, and it's totally common for a lot of people today.
One thing I want to say about people with autism is, despite all the stereotypes in TV and film, most of the time it's not like that, and every case is different.
I told my mom this, why can't we all just get along,
Looks are deceiving, you see. I may not speak, but inside I sing. I remember the fall. I close my eyes and I fly on a brisk autumn breeze.